Everybody, we're in Hillsboro, West Virginia at Droop Mountain Battlefield State Park. So this is the oldest state park in West Virginia. It opened in 1928, so that makes it the oldest one. And since we were in West Virginia, we said we might as well go ahead and go to the first state park that opened.
Yeah.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
Me too, so let's go. Because we don't know where we're going, obviously, but we're trying.
They just put that cement down.
Park office and museum is to the right.
They sure do. These roads do not look safe enough to drive.
Everything looks like one-way street, really, you know?
I hope it. No, it ain't a one-way street, Donna.
I know it's not, but that's what it looks like.
You can get that one in you.
Mm-hmm. So that's the Droop Mountain Battlefield Park office, but there's a sign saying that the office is temporarily closed. So this says the museum and graves are back here. Back here shows this is the Confederate graves. So this is the museum back here. And it shows Droop Mountain. Battlefield of Droop Mountain, 6th of November, 1863. This says why Droop Mountain roads were critical to movement of the artillery and supply wagons necessary to support armies. Droop Mountain was a high ridge on the main north-south road connecting two major east-west crossings of the Alleghenies. Even before the arrival of white settlers, native tribes used the mountain's level top as a shortcut between the little levels of Hillsboro and the big levels of Greenbrier. Union armies to the north were certain to pass over the mountain in any effort to reach Confederate forces headquartered at Lewisburg. With extensive views of the north and to the south, the summit of Droop Mountain was an ideal defensive position on the most important travel route through the region. Some CCC history there. So this was actually found here. It says this drum was found by 3 local boys while attending to a wounded Confederate soldier on the day after the battle. Fearing capture by approaching Union soldiers, they ran down the mountain, taking the drum with them. It remained in the possession of community families until 1997 when Johnny B. Hill of Jaycox donated the drum to Droop Mountain Battlefield State Park. Mr. Hill had protected the drum for more than 50 years and wanted it returned to the park for all to enjoy. Wow.
If anybody came in here of today's world, they couldn't read that. Because you know what?
They don't teach it in
It's
school anymore.
cursive.
We can still read it, but you know.
And the men could write just as good as the women,
Yeah.
because they honored their penmanship.
Well, they do have it broke down here if anybody doesn't know how to read cursive. They have it broke down here in print if anybody doesn't know how to read cursive. But fortunately, we're still from the generation that can read it.
Yes. And it should be taught back in school.
It should, because to me, cursive looks better than what print does anyway.
Huh?
I said, to me, cursive looks better than what print does anyway. It's so much more elegant. And then out here is just like a scenic look of the grass. You can come this way. So that was a look at the museum. It was really nice inside. I told Mom that I had flashbacks of my dad's mother's house and how it smelled in there. It was right on. And that house has been torn down at least 10 or more years now. But then that odor just hit me right there in the face. So this is a monument they have. What was the sesquicentennial memorial on November 6, 2013 from the Battle of Droop Mountain that happened November 6, 1863. And that tells the names of the Federal soldiers and the Confederate soldiers that passed away here. Thought it'd have been 160 years ago this year.
Sometime.
And that sign lets you know that metal detecting is prohibited. And this is a 10-pound Parrott rifle. Artillery pieces similar to this reproduction were used by the Confederate Army during the Battle of Droop Mountain. A deer walking freely across the parking lot up there. I don't know if it's showing on video. It's not something you see every day. And this tells about the Battle of Droop Mountain. Nearly 5 months after West Virginia was admitted into the Union, the Confederate Army of Brigadier General John Echols still occupied the prosperous Greenbrier Valley region of the new state. From its headquarters in Lewisburg, his army was the foremost defense of the Virginia-Tennessee Railroad, an important Confederate supply line in southwest Virginia. On August 26 and 27, 1863, the Confederate Army had successfully repulsed an attack at White Sulphur Springs by the Federal Army of Brigadier General William W. Averill. In early November, Echols learned that General Averill had left his headquarters in Beverly, West Virginia, and was again moving south toward the railroad. Confederate outposts in Pocahontas County tried to slow the advance. General Echols marched his army north all through the night to Droop Mountain to reinforce them. The reinforcements arrived just in time, for General Averill began his attack early. Throughout the morning, Echols' outnumbered Confederate army held the high ground and blocked the highway with artillery, but in the afternoon was overwhelmed by the crushing advance of Federal infantry on his left flank. Following the collapse of his lines, General Echols retreated south into Virginia with the remnants of his command. Federal troops occupied Lewisburg on November 7, 1863, but being burdened by prisoners and captured livestock, General Averill elected to return to his headquarters in Beverly, waiting until early December to lead a third and ultimately successful attack of the vital railroad. Operations in the Shenandoah Valley in the spring of 1864 drew remaining Confederate troops out of West Virginia, thus leaving the new state securely under the control of the federal government for the remainder of the war. With more than 400 casualties, 140 Union and approximately 275 Confederate, the battle at Droop Mountain was one of the last significant Civil War battles in West Virginia. So now we're going to the lookout tower, or that's the plan anyway. And that says 3rd West Virginia Mounted Infantry, Lieutenant Colonel Francis W. Thompson. Or chipmunk.
chipmunks.
We don't never see those hardly ever in South Carolina.
This looks like a goat trail.
Tell me about it. I'm ready to get off this road. And that's the 2nd West Virginia Mounted Infantry USA, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Scott.
You must think this car got wings.
And that's 8th West Virginia Mounted Infantry USA, Colonel John H. Oley. Virginia Cavalry, CSA, Colonel William something. Just moved too fast, I couldn't read all that one.
Well, I ain't gonna stop dead in my tracks.
Yeah, I don't know why. Coming in, I'm gonna see her.
I mean, if you was walking, it'd be different.
So we finally made it to the lookout tower. Thank God for that. That was a scary road. You got one? Oh, yeah. No, I'll go before we leave. I'll go over there before we leave. So this is 14th Pennsylvania Cavalry USA, Colonel James M. Schoonmaker. The battle positions of the 14th Pennsylvania Cavalry and the Federal Artillery were on the cleared ridge right of the highway, about 2/3 of a mile distant and 600 feet lower in elevation. Throughout the morning, skirmishes and artillery fire from these groups occupied most of the Confederate Army. Meanwhile, other Federal units were marching southwest from Hillsboro for an attack on the left flank. During the final assault in the afternoon, several of Keeper's artillery pieces were advanced up the highway in support of the 8th West Virginia. When the road had been cleared, the men of the 14th rushed up to lead the pursuit of the Confederate Army as it retreated south toward Lewisburg. Switch the video. So I can see it. We're swinging in one of the almost heaven swings. So they also have one of the almost heaven swings here at Droop Mountain. I've already swung in it, so I know you already saw that in the video. So apparently they're pretty sturdy. It held me up. I love these. We need some of these in South Carolina that says, "While I breathe, I hope." That would be an excellent idea. Looks like you can walk up. I'll see how far I can make it because you know I'm afraid of heights. So we'll see. Whew. Oh, this is pretty. Oh my God. I didn't make it up here. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I did make it up to the top. It's a miracle in itself. Yes, it's a panoramic view. I am terrified of heights, but I did come up here because I don't know when I'll ever be back. You can see the birds flying behind me. It's pretty up here. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That's nice. You know what they say, what goes up must come down. So, here we go. And usually for me, it's a whole lot easier going down than what it is going up. The view out there, so pretty. And down. And there it is. They do have a shelter out here. It's got a grill and picnic tables. And they got more picnic tables over there and a fireplace. And they got bathrooms. I don't know what kind of bathrooms there are, but we're gonna see. Ooh. Oh Lord, well, Jesus. Yes, I'll use it. It's my first time ever using a toilet like that. I was a little apprehensive about that one. That was totally different than any that I have ever used before. But it was a hole, so I guess it's going down to wherever it goes. We must be on the very top of a mountain for it to be that kind of toilet instead of one that's got running water. Who knows? It's one last look at that. I probably won't never see that again in my life. But saw it once. And they also have a full-fledged playground over here for the kids. They got seesaws, swings, and a slide. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the video for Droop Mountain Battlefield State Park in Hillsboro, West Virginia. I think this was a once in a lifetime thing for us. The road getting back here to the tower is very scary because it's like one lane, and then there was 2 vehicles coming, so it was like, ooh. So probably won't do that again. But the view is absolutely spectacular. So if you live in the area, it's definitely something worth coming to see. I love the Almost Heaven swing. So no complaints. They got a nice playground for the kids. They got the modern day outhouses. I've never seen toilets like that before, ever, in all my travels. I've never seen them almost maybe a foot off the ground. You'd had to go way down low to get on those. Play limbo, how low can you go? But anyway, we made it. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. If you've never seen this place before, congratulations. If you watched the video, you saw it. If you come here all the time, if you live here, you do have a beautiful state park, but it's very far away from us. So this will probably be the only time we ever see it.
And if you watch it and you have not subscribed, please do.
Please do. We did this drive just for this thing. And it is the oldest state park in West Virginia. It opened in 1928, so therefore that means it is 95 years old this year. So that's something to be commended right there. So those bathrooms might have been from 1928.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know when that was made.
But anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you somewhere else. So toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.